Water is the beginning of life, so it shall be the beginning of this channel. My name is Rafael.
My name is Leandro.
On our journey to become more focused, healthier, we decided the best way to start would be to remove all unnecessary addictions and desires that plague us on a daily basis.
When looking at every addiction, it became clear to us which we should tackle first. While not so obvious, after some consideration, it became quite obvious.
Water. Well, not that we consider water an addiction or anything, but we believe that almost everyone consumes too many different beverages. For the vast majority of human existence, we've only been drinking water, the only liquid truly meant for us.
So in this video, we decided to present you a social experiment, with a catch. Once the experiment is completed, we can never return to our old habits, a step towards becoming more focused, happier, healthy human beings.
We've given ourselves 30 days to conduct this experiment. 30 days to get rid of the unnecessary and keep what's important. We want to take you on this journey with us, as we document everything that happens. In this video, we're going to show you why you should just drink water.
Do you know this feeling? You wake up feeling more tired than when you went to bed. How is this possible? You slept at least 7 hours, you're sure, but something is still off. No time for thinking, time to get up. You follow the same routine every day without a second thought. Coffee is the first priority. You live life as a passive consumer, hunting for the next fix, disregarding your own potential. What a way to start your morning, caring more about the lives of others before your own. It's a beautiful morning, you think to yourself, but before any meaningful thoughts can arise from this short contemplative state, it's time to go to work. On your way to work, the daily routine starts kicking in. Without thinking, you enter the same places at roughly the same time to buy the same things, like clockwork. No thought put into the actions being taken on a daily basis. Already with the second coffee in hand, just how much caffeine does a person need to wake up? Finally, energy levels are starting to kick in. 2 coffees seem to do the trick nowadays. Days are starting to melt into one another. Every day looks like any other day. No novelty, no real energy inside the soul. Aren't my 20s supposed to be the time of my life? Is this how life was going to turn out anyway? But before you're able to form any meaningful thoughts, it's time to go. How can everyone just work their entire lives on something that doesn't give them a sense of purpose? Is life meant to be this way?
When we were planning this video, we actually want to show you all our daily experience during this experiment.
We even documented some of our first days, but later realized how boring those videos came across. So, as a backup plan, we decided that the best way would be to just tell you everything that happened during these 4 weeks.
We hope it doesn't take away too much of our credibility. Trust is one of our main priorities, and for the next video we will have a better way of showing you all our progress.
Let's get right into our first week. My experience was much harder than I ever thought it would be. My first week was spent mostly sleeping. I just remember feeling tired all the time. I knew though it had to do with the lack of sugar in my system. Normally I would go to work and drink something like 2 coffees and 1 Red Bull,
before lunch, it was normal for me to feel energized throughout the day. Although I have to say, my health was much worse a month ago.
I also experienced something similar in the first week, and if I'm not wrong, you also told me that after work you get home and straight to bed, right?
Yeah, exactly. It was horrible. No energy, no will to live almost.
Each night I would sleep around 9 to 10 hours. I have probably never slept so much my whole entire life, but sleep made everything way easier. So guys, if you're struggling with addiction, just sleep through it. No, that's a joke, please don't do it.
One thing that was really interesting was that there were some times where I would get home and instinctively start making coffee before realizing that I just can't.
The same thing happened to me twice. In 2 occasions I almost bought an iced tea, but quickly remembered that we both are doing this experiment.
Yeah. I think this pretty much sums up our first week. Or do you have something else to say?
That's all about it.
Well, we cannot wait to show you what happened next. See you later.
For anyone doubting our decision, in this segment we will present you some simple facts what would change in your life if you just drank water and nothing else.
Most of the things we're about to tell you should be common sense, but most people ignore them or undermine the positive effect it could have on their lives. Since there are so many positive benefits to just drinking water, we've narrowed it down to just a few. Let's start.
First, let's mention some of the better known benefits of water that everyone should be aware of.
With just water as your only drinking choice, you automatically reduce the chance of chronic disease like type 2 diabetes, heart disease on its own. These 2 points make it very attractive to follow this lifestyle.
Another obvious point would be the automatic weight loss from cutting out all the unnecessary sugars. You also get the added benefit of cognitive function, since sugar dehydrates you and dehydration can lead to a foggy brain. 2 birds with 1 stone.
Do you suffer from acne? Water helps hydrate the skin, thus eliminating toxins from its surface.
And let's not forget, water helps with temperature regulation. It enhances physical performance, kidney health, and so on. I think you get the point. Leave the dopamine-fueling substances aside and focus on the one liquid destined for all beings on this planet.
When we were reading about these facts, something dawned on us. What have we been doing to our bodies this whole time? We only have one body. We can never replace it. So why don't we treat it with the love and respect that it deserves? Think about it. Our second week was similar to the first, with a few differences. I noticed that I started consuming more sugar than usual. Prior to the experiment, my sugar intake through sweets or chocolate were very minimal.
My biggest battle in the second week was definitely the coffee consumption. Switching from coffee to just water was almost unbearable, something that wasn't quite as severe as at first.
Yeah, coffee wasn't such a challenge for me compared to energy drinks. I guess everyone has a different drinking vice.
We underestimate sugar too much. That's definitely a lesson I'm taking from that second week.
Absolutely. That would make an interesting concept for a future video. But I digress. To sum up the second week for me, I would say sleep was still plaguing me daily, energy levels completely depleted, and other sugary foods started creeping in their way into my life.
Pretty much the same for myself. Although I have to say, coffee is very still missed in my life.
Guys, he really used to be the biggest coffeeholic that I knew in my life. But, okay. The second week was rough. The third showed some improvements. Finally, your workday is over. You feel good that it's over, but something just doesn't feel right. Has work always felt like this much of a chore? How come I have such low energy levels at my age? Shouldn't I be full of energy? Life can't go on like this. There will be a tipping point soon if things don't change. Is this going to be our life forever? So many questions and yet no real answer. Most people hope that change will come running to them, as if they're going to wake up one morning and be everything they always wanted to be. You can't think yourself out of a situation. Only action can provide you the change desired. But change only comes with patience and dedication.
The third week was when things started getting good for me.
Me too. So many things started improving around the 3-week mark.
I never thought water could taste so good. I used to drink half of what I do now. My skin started improving, my sleep in marathons became much better, and the most important things of all was without a doubt the energy levels.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to add. Around the 3-week mark was when life became much more manageable. I would get home and still have the energy to work on videos or just read something. A true upgrade from the first 2.
Also, the urge to drink something else lessened drastically compared to the first 2.
I agree with you on every point. And also he's absolutely right about the taste of water. It gets better every day.
But nothing can compare the 4th week. That's when things started making sense. You might be wondering, what does drinking water have to do with purpose? As we see it, most people know deep down their hearts which profession would be best suited for them. The one that makes all the others meaningless in comparison. But for us to be able to hear that inner voice again, we must get rid of all the unnecessary noises surrounding us.
Don't get the wrong idea. We both are still very far from where we're aiming. The noises in this world are just as loud still for us as for any of you out there listening. By removing all unnecessary addictions from your life, the sound of your inner voice becomes more and more clear.
Even people that know exactly what they should be doing, these noises can make the clearest sound become distorted. Let's make your inner voice the loudest it's ever been.
The day is over. Home sweet home, and yet it doesn't feel as sweet as it should. Nothing's left inside one's soul. Every single energy cell has been completely obliterated. The last thing that's missing is some more dopaminergic activities. Is this how life is supposed to be? It can't be. Oh, the same show is on that has been running for what feels like an eternity. Is this how you want to die? What would the 80-year-old version of you think? It's already time to go to bed. Time flies the older you get, not just because you're getting older, but because nothing is evolving in life. Now is not the time to think about these things. After all is said and done, there is still some time for mindless scrolling. It never stops. So much content, but after some searching, you find a video that catches your attention.
The 4th week was where it all made sense to me.
I just realized how powerful marketing and peer pressure truly are.
Yeah, all of these issues mentioned before vanished completely by week 4. Sleep became much better than before the experiment, and I will go as far as to say I feel 5% healthier.
My overall well-being has improved on a noticeable level. I find it so funny how one small change can have such an impact, especially considering that we just removed something from our lives. I guess all I want to say is I really recommend everyone watching this video to try this challenge once in their life.
If you try it and still think it isn't for you, that's okay. Remove something you believe could change your life.
As we stated at the beginning of this video, this change is permanent. We want all of you to know just how serious we are about change.
I would just like to add one last thing before leaving. As Raphael said before, I too highly recommend you to try this challenge. Let's all become healthier together.
This might be it, you think to yourself. A video that can spark a small flame within you, just enough where action doesn't seem too overwhelming. Many thoughts might start crossing your mind. Sometimes it's okay to just try something new without too much doubt. One small change is all it takes. One small change to change everything. You start realizing that change must come from action and not thoughts. Action must follow the impulse of wanting to change one's life. You know what to do.
We hope that throughout this video we'll be able to inspire some of you to take the first step.
It doesn't have to be water, although it would be a blessing to see more healthy, productive humans walking around.
Whatever you decide needs to be changed. Depends on you and your circumstances. If it's sugar, video games, or whatever it may be, start there, and when one of the monsters has been conquered, move on to the next.
If you can't find the strength to pull through, watch this video again. You are not alone. We want to take everyone on this journey with us that decides to embark on this ship. Even if you find this video in the future, watch our channel in chronological order so you can witness our progress firsthand.
As for what our next monster will be, we left a few clues in this video that shouldn't be too hard to miss.
We can't promise a specific date, but one promise we have is that we will do our best with every single video that comes out on this channel, each video better than the last.
Now, go live your best life. There's life outside waiting for you to be experienced.
Get busy living, guys, get busy living.